The elevator jerked, a small shudder that sent a ripple through the sterile silence. Fourth floor, maternity wing. I was there for my twin sister, her first ultrasound. She'd asked me to come for moral support, said she was nervous. I smiled, pretended not to be, because beneath my calm, something had been gnawing at me for weeks. A quiet suspicion I never said out loud. When the doors opened, I heard laughter. Familiar. Too familiar. My wife's laughter. And then I saw her, walking down the hallway, her hand locked with another man's, her face glowing with something I hadn't seen in months. Joy, relief, love. The man leaned closer, whispered something that made her giggle. And then I saw it. The white envelope in her hand. Ultrasound results. I froze. My sister's voice faded behind me. My pulse went silent. And then she looked up. Our eyes met. The color drained from her face. Her smile broke. The envelope slipped from her fingers and hit the floor, fluttering open like a wound. The image inside? A tiny heartbeat. A child that wasn't mine. I didn't make a scene. I didn't shout or confront. I simply turned around and walked away. My sister called after me, confused. I said I felt sick. She didn't press. In the car, I just stared at the dashboard. Everything around me felt too still. The kind of silence before a storm. For 7 years, I'd been faithful, devoted, built her dreams, supported her ambitions, trusted her completely. I remembered the nights she'd cry in my arms over nothing, saying she was just tired. I thought it was stress. I thought she needed me. Turns out, she needed someone else. That night, she came home late, claimed she'd been at a friend's. Her hair still smelled like antiseptic from the clinic. I almost laughed. I told her I loved her before she went to bed. She smiled, nervous, said it back. That was the moment I decided. Not to forgive, not to confront, but to end it perfectly. The first step was patience. I learned to watch, not react. I started with her phone. I never touched it before. She used to say that's why she trusted me. So I waited until she fell asleep and mirrored her cloud storage. Every photo, message, location log synced to a private drive. It was all there. 6 months of lies. Hotel receipts, late-night calls, doctor appointments. The man's name was Mark, financial analyst, married, 2 kids. I smiled when I saw his LinkedIn. People like him always hid their weakness behind professionalism. I noted every detail. Then I built my timeline. Every meeting, every text, every false word she'd spoken to me. It read like a confession, written in her own hand. Revenge isn't rage, it's math. I changed nothing at first. Woke up beside her, kissed her goodbye, cooked her breakfast. I played the perfect husband while rearranging the pieces. I moved half our savings into a separate account under a legal trust in my sister's name. Clean, traceable, irreversible. I backed up all evidence in triplicate, stored in a cloud drive with timed access to my lawyer if something happened to me. Then came the setup. I reached out to Mark's wife, anonymously at first, sent her a few photos, a message, "You deserve the truth." She didn't reply for days, but when she did, it was short, "Meet me." We met at a coffee shop across town. Her hands were shaking, eyes red from crying. She slid her phone across the table, screenshots, messages, photos. "I thought I was going crazy," she whispered. "You weren't," I said. We planned carefully. She'd confront Mark at work. I'd handle my wife. Not with violence, with exposure. Because the worst kind of revenge is truth, delivered at the moment they least expect it. 2 weeks later, it happened. My wife's company held their annual charity gala, her favorite event of the year. She'd spent weeks picking her dress, her makeup, her speech. I let her think everything was normal, even complimented her as she got ready. "You look perfect," I told her. She smiled, maybe believing we were healing. At the event, The lights dimmed. People clapped. Cameras flashed. She stepped on stage, radiant, thanking me for being her rock. I waited until she mentioned family values. That was my cue. I stood up, calm, composed, and walked to the media booth. The manager, a friend of mine, nodded when I handed him the USB. I'd told him it contained a tribute video for my wife's dedication. He loaded it without question. The screen behind her lit up. First, a photo of us, smiling, then another, and another. Then, messages, her messages, Mark's name, their hotel check-ins, their ultrasound results. Gasps filled the room. Someone dropped a glass. She froze on stage, trembling. I watched the color leave her face, the same look she had on the 4th floor. The video ended with the ultrasound image. The child she'd claimed was mine. Silence. Then whispers. Then a flash. Mark's wife stood at the back, phone raised, recording every second. I walked out before anyone could stop me. The divorce was quick. Her career dissolved overnight. Mark's wife took everything, including the house. My ex tried to reach me once, left a voicemail, said she'd made a mistake, said she hoped I could forgive her someday. I deleted it without listening to the end. Sometimes when I pass by the hospital, I glance at the 4th floor window. I wonder if she ever goes back there. I doubt it. But I'll never forget that moment, when the elevator doors opened and I saw the truth standing in front of me, holding someone else's hand. That was the day I stopped being a victim. That was the day I learned that revenge isn't about anger. It's about symmetry. And I made sure she felt every quiet second of it. Because I didn't destroy her. I let her destroy herself, with the truth she thought I'd never find.